We are a people motivated by the love of God. In fact, the word says the love of Christ compels us. God's salvation story is incredible. We needed saving. We were separated from God. And because of God's great love for us, He sent Jesus to reconcile humanity through Jesus. Love drove Him to the cross. His love for you and for me, amazing love. And His love now compels us into action, showing His heart through our thoughts, words, and deeds to our neighbours. As Paul writes to the Corinthians, be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. Now, it sounds simple, but it's one of the greatest challenges that we face today. As we approach this year's self-denial appeal, let's rise to it. We can. I believe we will. As Salvationists, we continually grow in faith, care for others, give generously, and say our yes to Him, because God is love. Self-denial is a season when we intentionally set something aside to help others in need. It inspires me that the Salvation Army, operating in over 130 countries, all participate in this appeal, bringing what they have to bless others. I've seen the widow bring her mite in Papua New Guinea, and children make their little money boxes out of paper and fill them with coins. And ladies in the Highlands bring their first fruits to the altar in their billen bags, dancing as they come. Beautiful, sacrificial. This year, I encourage you not just to give comfortably, but to give sacrificially. As many generations before us have done, will you consider giving 1 week's salary, motivated by love, stepping out in faith to help our neighbours, so they may also know the incredible love of our Saviour Jesus? Over the coming weeks, we will visit 4 countries to see the impact of past self-denial giving. In Malawi, we see how an early marriage prevention program is working with communities to end this practice and return girls to school. In Sri Lanka, we visit communities where agricultural chemicals have contaminated the water supply and see how the Salvation Army is building filtration plants to prevent disease. In Rwanda, a country with high youth unemployment, we visit the Salvation Army Vocational Training School that's equipping young people with skills and education to support themselves. And lastly, in our Pacific neighbour Fiji, we see how a Salvation Army home for boys who, due to poverty and family breakdown, once lived on the streets exposed to drugs and violence, but now have safety, care and hope. Around the world, territories rely on our self-denial gifts to run programs like these, sharing the gospel and meeting human needs. We'll also be sharing weekly written devotions from my good friend, Auxiliary Lieutenant Rosie Keane. And as we reflect together on how we can be motivated by God's incredible sacrificial love, my prayer is that His love will inspire you to give generously, give sacrificially, and let that love move you to action across our world.